we're back in the wood again, and this is going to be our final lovely oak tree that's got to come down. This one here. I mean, it looks beautiful, but it does need to be harvested now that we're here. So John's going to whip round, prepare the bottom, and then we're going to be felling it straight out there somewhere. But it's so wet that we're not going to be able to bring these trees out. That's a big concern. These little buttresses off to make sure there's nothing anchoring that tree down to the ground. And then round the front, we've cut off a little bird's beak. So that means the tree has to go that way. So I'm under it here, but I do have to be careful as the tree comes down, it will hit other trees, and sometimes you end up with a catapult reaction. So I've got to be very careful. So here we go. Everything's now been prepared. We've cut off these buttresses which were anchoring the tree down to the root. Oh, this is the bird's mouth that you saw being cut first. So that means it's going to have to go that way. And now John is just going to have to finish off the last little section at the back of the tree. And then down she comes. So we're going to go and find a nice little safe spot over here out of the way with Poppy, where we can do the watching in safety. John, give it a go. So there we go. That gorgeous oak tree's come down. It's got to be 150 years old. Really lovely piece of wood. And all those leaves. It was so interesting seeing the whole thing come down. It was like being in a snowstorm of leaves. And now it'll all get chopped up. All the branches will get taken off, and we'll end up with a lovely smooth trunk. And any of those little branches will go for firewood, so it won't get wasted. But of course it's just starting its new life. New life as floorboards, as oak posts. It's not the end of the road for this tree. This is the sap pooling out here from the wood. It must be the xylem or something. I remember from biology. And if I take a little... So if I put it there, it sort of tastes a little bit like coconut. We've got our fencer coming this morning to do a few repair jobs around our field, which is just as well, because this morning they have broken out again. So I've managed to track them down. They're on our boundary field with our lovely neighbour, but with the good old cow nuts, I'm sure we will be able to get them home again very soon. Well, they're a little bit sheepish, as you can see. They're not quite sure what they're doing out here, but they are... Yeah, come on, girls, come on. But it is a beautiful morning. And Nero is still a little bit lame. There is, of course, one slight flaw to my plan, is that they're not really interested in what I'm trying to dish them up in their field, their barley straw, and they're much more excited in the grass that's growing around this field. So they're not even going to follow me. So I've decided to let them have a bit of a feed, because they've only been out for about an hour. They can scoff whatever they can get hold of, and then I will come back and encourage them back to the field. But in the meantime, I've whizzed round, made sure there's no escape routes out of the field, and it's a really good sheep-proof fence around the outside that my neighbours put up, so hopefully my cows will stay on this side. Anyway, that's the plan. So this is the stage 2. We've now got hay in there, hay and cow nuts. And I'm hoping that Greedy Gertie is going to lead the little herd home. Come on, Gertie. Come on. Come on. Cow nuts. Look, cow nuts. Come on. Good girls. Come on. Slowly, slowly, they're making their way through the rape field. This is all volunteer rape from last year. The seeds which had fallen out of the pods whilst they were being harvested. So before planting the next crop, which will probably be wheat, we'll have to spray off all those rape plants. But in the time being, the cows are enjoying eating them. Come on then, girls. Come on. Come on. Look, look, look. There's some hay. Look. Come here. Look. Here. Here. Yeah. Come. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Yeah, you like that too, don't you, Miss Shirley? Yes, you do. Come on then. Have a little nibble. Try not to squash me. Yes. That's good, isn't it? What were you doing this morning running away? What were you doing? What were you thinking of? Huh? What were you thinking? No telephone call? No, nothing. Crazy. We're walking them along the headland because it looks a little bit easier. And this is Miss Shirley. You can see, look at the size of her tum-tum. There must be a calf in there. There must be. When I look at her, I sometimes think I can see the odd kick. But really, she is a big girl. So I'm hoping desperately that there is a calf in there. Aren't I, Miss Shirley? I daren't look. Are they still following? Let's have a sneaky. Oh, they are. Come on, girls. Come on. Good girl, Rabbit. Come on, Florence. Don't look at the view. Come on. Oh, we're going to break out. Come on, girls. Come on, Carly. Come on, Brexit. This way, girls. Oh, we seem to be having a slight breakout. Come on then. Come on. Keep coming. Through the pheasant cover. Come on. Nero's made it. Come on, over here. Come on, Florence. Come on, Gertie. Come on. Come on, Teddy Bear. Keep coming this way. Good girl. We're making good time. The long walk home. Here they come. Come on, girls. Well done. We're nearly there. And I've got lots of scrummy hay for them, so when they get home, they'll wonder why on earth they ever left. Here they are. Look, they've made it back into the field, and we've discovered this is where they got out. They just pulled down this wire here, which is not surprising, but it's good timing because we've got the hunt right behind. And really what I wouldn't want them to do is to have appeared just as the cows were trying to get down the hill. That would have caused absolute mayhem. And look at them all watching on with enormous interest. Well, we're all safely home again now. A few sheepish looks. There's a few sheepish looks there. You know you shouldn't have been out, don't you? Yes, you do. But anyway, we've all had a lovely walk. I've just been to take the lovely Poppy out for a walk. Out for a quick pee, in fact. And I've discovered this wonderful creature. And it's actually a frog, but it's much bigger than I think I've ever seen a common frog to be. I mean, it's nearly the size of my hand. absolutely beautiful. Now, the obvious difference between a frog and a toad is that toads have got dry skin and frogs have got a sort of wet, moist skin. And in fact, it's interesting, as I turn around, the frog seems to try and watch where we're going. Anyway, it is beautiful and it is huge. Look at the size of that thing. So it must be a female. Anyway, I'm going to go and put it back where I found it, out on the grassy lawn. Whoop! Here I am back at the willow trees in mid-November, and I'm still struggling with the damage that the deer are doing. And this one has tried to reach it. It's taken a few nibbles out of there, but it hasn't got through this. And in fact, it's so sharp, this stuff, I've just cut myself. I mean, it's really tough. So how that deer, and it's a fallow deer, manages to do it, I really can't imagine. So I've got another tree guard, and I'm just going to wrap it around this one. But in fact, the plan for this year, because we're going to be planting more, is that we're going to be using higher guards. These are 1.6, so the 1.8 will be about my head height, and it's not going to be this plastic, it's going to be a sort of tubeless kind of creation, and hopefully that will make sure that these deer aren't going to be able to nibble on the rest of my trees, because it is quite frustrating that all our hard work is coming to nothing. And in our lovely little area here, we've got about 100 trees and 22 of them have been eaten, which is really depressing. Well, it's not much fun being a farmer at the moment. I'm just walking across my cow field and I've discovered that one of my cheeky calves has leapt over the sty that leads to the pub car park. So young Holly and her mates have been causing merry chaos down there. Anyway, we managed to shoo them back, or at least the chef did, back over the sty, I might add. And now I'm up in the field, and of course they like hiding underneath all these hedges. They have done ever since they were little calves. And of course, being really small, they could do that. But now, of course, they're a bit bigger, and they pull the whole damn thing down when they go in or come out. So, having spent many months trying to work out how to keep them in, I've now done that because my heifers have grown used to the electric fence. However, the calves are so small that it's not really working with them at the moment. So I've just turned off the electric battery down there, the car battery, which is what powers the whole system. And you see what they've done is they've just gone through my electric fence and pulled the whole thing to pieces. So I'm not a very happy farmer at the moment, but and it's particularly bad out there trying to drill the crops. November is a good time to get in your wheat, but obviously with the rain like this, we haven't been able to cultivate any of the land because it's just too wet and you make an absolute mess in your tractor. So we are properly stuck, which might mean that we have to put in more spring crops, but we don't have the spring crop seed. So there's a whole bunch of things that we have to think about. Anyway, so today is not a good day. I just wanted to show you where those little blighters jumped over. So here's my sty, and very cleverly we've got the electric running through the blue water pipe to allow people to get over the sty without getting a shock, and then we can just continue it all the way around the field. However, not only do they manage to jump the sty, but they've managed to disconnect these things. I think they're just incredibly curious. Well, I know they are. I don't think it was somebody doing it on purpose. I think it was the calves just trying to do their thing. Anyway, so now I'm going to sneak back up to where I'm going to feed them, and I'm just going to have a little watch because I'm hoping that they are going to get a shock. and that might solve all the problems. So here's my electric fence, and I'm not going to touch it because I've already had a belt. But if we see those little calves, oh, look at this gorgeous one. Absolutely lovely. Jemima is that name of that one. There's little Boris through there. And here are these little girlies. So she's got her head under the fence eating the hedge. Now that should be giving her a little kick. You can see what I mean. They're all trying to nibble on that hawthorn hedge, and actually they don't seem to be caring about the electric shock. Or maybe it's not. This is at the end of the wire, so maybe it's not powerful enough. Well, it can't be. So this is what I'm up against. I think I need a few more batteries to give a bigger charge, because that's just ridiculous. But this is exactly what's happening. They're trying to eat all those scrummy leaves and not caring about the fence. Aren't you lovely? It's a great shot. A great shot. And there's Daddy in the background. Hello. 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 Absolutely adorable. But too small for the pub at the moment. You are. You're too small for the pub. You are. You're going to have to be a little bit bigger. Absolutely. Ah, that one's Miss Moneypenny over there with the ears pointing towards us. Aren't you? Hello. Hello. What a very adorable calf. And this is a perfect example. She's got the electric fence around her waist and she's going under the damned hedge, completely on the wrong side of everything. That is a major problem. Thank you very much. I can see that's exactly what you think of me and my fencing. It's not helpful.